Yeah, Sanjay Uchiha here, people. Calm down, calm down. I've just, I just, I just finished watching episode 56 of Dragon Ball Super, and I'm so hyped, like, like post episode hype. Okay, so getting into this one, episode 56, the rematch with Goku Black, introducing Super Saiyan Rose, and I must say, this was an exciting episode for me. Like, God, this was the episode so many people were looking forward to for so long. That's the way I honestly feel. But yeah, even though it was exciting, it did have its flaws to me. So let's get into it. So at the start of the episode, well, picking up from last week, where the Resistance decided to attack Goku, obviously because he looks like Goku Black. So we have Trunks going in there and slicing up the missiles, and then explaining to them that obviously this isn't Goku Black. He's one of the persons he actually carried to help them actually defeat Black. So after that, these Resistance fighters actually go on to recognize Trunks from some battle. Oh yeah, I must say, credit must go to Herms98 on Twitter for the translation and summary of the episode, because obviously since I'm watching this on Saturday night, I'm watching it raw instead of usually on Sunday when it would have already been subbed. So yeah, continuing. Yeah, so these two Resistance fighters recognized Trunks from a battle where he actually became famous for landing a hit on Black, based on what Herms translated. Yeah, so they asked for his autograph, and they make comments about how they didn't expect the persons that Trunks would be carrying to aid in the fight against Black would look like Black, and then make a comment that other one has a face that looks worse or more menacing than Black. So I found that to be a bit funny. So at the Resistance base, and even before Trunks finds out that Mai is still alive, of course, we go to the base, and Mai explains that yeah, obviously she survived, and then she retook, and she came back and led the Resistance, and kind of took charge of the remaining survivors and engaged in a battle against Black once more. And she was depressed in terms of, you know, that she wasn't much help in that fight, but Vegeta assures her that, you know, she did all that she could. And of course, we had this scene where some kids were there who, obviously, again, since Goku looks like Goku Black, they weren't too friendly towards him. But Trunks goes ahead to, you know, cheer them up. This was a kind of strange scene because I'm not really used to Trunks acting like this, but I guess it kind of really pushes him as, you know, that one remaining hope for this timeline, of course. And funny enough, I didn't expect this, but Vegeta, he actually carried some food for the survivors. He actually stored them in the capsules that you usually see, that various vehicles are stored in the Dragon Ball universe. And courtesy of Bulma. So Bulma sent some food for the survivors there, and that's good job there, Bulma, I must say. So while that's going on, Goku spots a familiar looking person, and guess who it is? It's Yajirobe. So apparently he had survived against the whole android threat back in the day in this timeline. He's explaining that, of course, Karin, or Korin in the English dub, gave him a sensu bean before him himself died. So there's that. So while everyone's in high spirits, we eventually go back to the surface where Goku and Vegeta are deciding who's going to get to fight Black. They do rock, paper, scissors, and of course Vegeta wins. Vegeta declaring that he'll take care of Black by himself. Three Saiyans eventually head off. Vegeta signals Black this is after the scene where Black is looking onto the landscape and saying basically how beautiful it is and that Utopia will soon be accomplished. Moving on. Yeah, so Vegeta signals him. He comes in there. Vegeta immediately transforms into a Super Saiyan Blue with Black noting, yeah, this was I guess the first hint to show you that Black was much stronger than he is before. He did applaud. He seemed to be impressed by Vegeta's transformation, but he wasn't, overly worried or anything at all. He was pretty calm. So we get this scene of Vegeta fighting Black, and he's basically dominating Black. Oh, one thing before that, Black pulled. Well, he didn't really hit Vegeta, but he basically teleported right in front of him, which caught Vegeta off like crazy. Like it really, basically, it really showed that Black improved immensely. It was the first hint of that as well. So yeah, moving on. We get this scene of Vegeta fighting Black, and he's absolutely dominating. But Black's just eating. He's tanking all these hits, and he doesn't seem to be damaged. And then eventually, Black just makes one sudden counter attack. Boom! And then this basically stuns Vegeta again. And then we get what we've been waiting for, Super Saiyan Rose. Black Goku does an awesome transformation sequence, which I absolutely love. And then, of course, we have Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta versus Super Saiyan Rose Black, which, based on the translations I'm getting from Herms, well, me and everybody else who's watching it now, who watch it tonight rather, he's basically naming it Super Saiyan Rose based on the way that Vegeta and Goku named Super Saiyan Blue. So eventually we get another fight sequence there, and Black eventually defeats Vegeta, stabbing him through the chest with his Ki Saber, which I found to be pretty cool. Then after that, we have Goku going Super Saiyan Blue right off the bat and battling Black, which even Goku himself is essentially, well, he hasn't been completely beaten yet, but it's obviously going to head towards that. And just about when Black is about to finish Goku off, somebody rings in from the heavens, and there we have Zamasu. And that's where the episode basically ends. I know this synopsis of mine was kind of just straight and to the point, and I feel like I left out a few details, but that's the basic gist of the episode. No, I must say, this episode was pretty good. So hold on, let me start with the negatives. The first thing I must say, there are a lot of the fight sequences I didn't particularly like. I didn't think they were animated. I don't know, I was expecting something more. They were okay at best, but I found the fight sequences to be a bit shaky. But I mean, that was pretty much the only problem about this episode to me. Everything else was pretty good. The transformation into Super Saiyan Rose, that was pretty sick. So the first thing I must talk about is characterization, and I really like how, I mean, we already know that Trunks is the savior of this timeline, but to see him interacting with the Resistance and how it really drives the fact home that he's the last remaining hope for this timeline, and I really like that. It's really good. Vegeta, we see some more of his character there, as he basically there were two scenes where we saw more of Vegeta's character. One where he was stating basically that if anything were to happen, that Mai and Trunks should head back to the past, and that he's the only hope for this present time. So that we see more of Vegeta caring about his family there, and even when he brought the food, before he brought the food out for the Resistance, we saw him, he was making a smirk to say, it kind of implied he was really proud of his son. And of course, when Goku realized that he had that look on his face, Vegeta just immediately stopped making that expression. The fight itself was pretty epic, I'm not gonna lie. And one thing that this episode really established, and I found it was, well, let me just stop getting my words twisted here. The thing is, before I've realized in the Dragon Ball community that a lot of people didn't really see Black as a threat, especially from the Goku versus Black fight in episode 50. But even if that was the case, this episode did an excellent job of building the tension of this arc. It really drove the fact home that Black is now a credible threat, and that if he can even beat Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, that's definitely saying something. And of course, the plot thickens as Zamasu enters into the picture. So now, I guess this is confirmation that Black is not Zamasu, but it's certainly interesting because based on the translations, when Zamasu comes out, he warns Black that he won't tolerate his selfish behavior anymore, and that Black promised Zamasu to be the one to finish off Goku. So, definitely interesting. The plot thickens there. But there's one more problem I'd say with the episode, is that, oh man, how did Black get so damn powerful? I know he has an ability where he mimics his opponent's fighting style, and doing this raises his power level substantially, and that he has the ability to, he raises his power constantly throughout the battle. But the fact that he fought Super Saiyan 2 Goku, I don't see how he got so much of a power boost. Probably the secret really lies in whatever deal he may have made with Zamasu. And of course, he does know about Godly Ki, because he makes mention of it when Vegeta transforms, but also mentions that Vegeta is still immortal at the end of the day. So, all in all, definitely a good episode. Apart from, as I said, the fight sequences, and I mean, they were cool to see, but I just thought the animation could have been better there. And of course, the power scaling problems continue. As I said, it's kind of strange how Black got this powerful, but at the same time, it has made him a credible threat, which I absolutely love. This episode is continuing to build the tension, and next week is gonna be even crazier as the battle between Goku and Goku Black continues, while Trunks appears to be confronting Zamasu. And there, I'm kind of expecting... I do expect a fight, but I do expect a clash of wills, philosophies. So, that's it. Next week's episode is titled Advent of the Immortal God Zamasu. So, this is my quick review on episode 56. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like what I have to say in this and want more, subscribe, like, rate, share, comment. Do what you want. And I'll see you in the next one.